There are two correct responses to the news that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have gotten engaged. 1, congratulations. 2, who cares? And you move on. The correct response is not to make a video about Taylor Swift so creepy that your entire comment section is calling you out for it. The correct response is not to say, oh, she's 35. She's finally getting married and I can't wait to see her have kids. I can't wait to see her have maybe 10 kids. 12. She should just be a Mormon. I can't wait to be in the delivery room with my binoculars and Bing Bong from Peak, just going, push, Taylor, push. You can do it. Only 6 more, and you'll be a good little conservative. Now that Taylor Swift is engaged, she can change her last name and start pumping out babies. But Charlie Kirk did it. Somehow, the creepiest mainstream conservative got even creepier.
This is monumental breaking news. This is bigger than ending the Russian-Ukrainian war. This is bigger than the Trump election. This is bigger than Butler, Pennsylvania. I mean, this is seismic, earth-shattering stuff. Everybody, you will remember where you were. This is bigger than World War II, honestly. This is bigger than storming the beach, than Iwo Jima, D-Day. You will remember where you were sitting. You remember what you were drinking and eating and feeling and sensing. And I mean, it's just honestly, it might be bigger than the founding of America.
Are people just not allowed to enjoy anything? Like, there is so much happening in the world. There will continue to be so much happening in the world. But if a president and a vice president get to take a week off every 4 days, the regular people of the United States should be allowed to celebrate whatever it is that they feel happy about. Whether that's the Beaches, Sabrina Carpenter, and Hayley Williams all dropping new albums, Taylor Swift getting engaged, or even football season starting this week. People should be allowed to just celebrate things and be happy for other people. But I guess when you are someone whose entire identity is trying to make people feel bad for being real people, there's a normal way to respond to things. If 2 people are engaged and you want to say congratulations, cool. If you don't, cool. Personally, good for Taylor Swift, good for Travis Kelce. I didn't think I needed to make an entire video on the subject. And even if I was unhappy about it, I don't think my opinion would matter. And if it did, if I wanted to make this video for a bunch of right-wing conservative men to go, yeah, she's finally engaged, maybe now she'll be happy and stop writing sad songs in her 30s, or whatever the point is that they're trying to make, sure, I guess. If I'm so convinced that my opinions on people who probably don't know who I am matter so much, then yeah, maybe I'll make that video. And maybe his audience agrees with him. Oh, never mind. Taylor Swift has been living in Charlie's head rent-free for years. I dare you not to feel uncomfortable while watching this video. It's very weird to take another person's marriage and use it to center your own interests so unashamedly. This is a sign you are so far gone. Bro, Taylor Swift will get married and have kids if she wants. What the hell is your problem asking her to have a lot of kids? Oh, I haven't gotten there. This is going to be a creepy, creepy video. Why can't folks just say they seem happy and wish them well and move on? As a conservative woman, this made me want to vomit. It's embarrassing in every way. I'm not a Swiftie by any means, but this is ridiculous. His poor wife. Oh, never mind. Even his own audience, his own conservative right-wing leaning audience is just going to call him creepy. Congrats, dude. This one probably didn't work out the way he wanted it to. Freedom at Charlie Kirk is so funny to me. You know he had the option to choose his email address. You know he had the option to choose what he wanted it to be at charliekirk.com. And he chose freedom? How much do you want to bet the password to his email is something like, I love calling the founding fathers my daddies. 13. Exclamation point. One of those has to be capitalized, Max. I think it's a D in daddies, or like a random A in fathers.
What, of course, I'm talking about is this is a moment that will live in infamy. Taylor Swift is now engaged to Travis Kelce. Now, has she been engaged before? I think she has. I could be wrong.
So I'm not real deep in the Taylor Swift lore. My girlfriend is a big Swiftie. I personally am not. I think 1989 was a really, really good album, and I did have that on repeat for a little while when I was 16. But, and I looked it up just to make sure, no, she's not been engaged before. She's just a person living her life, making her music, engaged for the first time, which I don't really super think matters. And Charlie Kirk, who's only 31? Oh my God, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Like, I sit here and I make fun of people sometimes, but I legit thought he was like in his late 40s. Like, his skin is smooth, but like, he has the face of someone who has been hateful for a lot longer than Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have been alive. but he's only 31. He looks like he's lived long enough to have all of his teeth replaced twice. It is actually insane to me that Charlie, I have to scratch my anus multiple times a day because I don't know how to clean myself, Kirk, is only 31. I would have put everything I have on that man being at least 45. Like 42 to 45. It's the hate. Like something about being like a hateful little troll just ages you. I'm a hater, but like in a fun way, not in like a, oh, gay people existing makes me want to develop a addiction kind of way, like Charlie Kirk. Also, that I watched a very short Charlie Kirk video on TikTok before this to try and like get a better idea of who he was. Why do all of them have a addiction at some point?
Now, this is major news. Everyone is talking about it. Travis Kelce, the pharmaceutical spokesperson.
For the people who did not get the pharmaceutical reference, Travis Kelce did an ad for Pfizer telling people to get their booster shots. Probably something Charlie could have just said instead of being like, ooh, scary vaccine. Don't vaccinate your children. We need a bunch of RFK juniors running around.
It is no mystery that I'm not the world's biggest Taylor Swift fan. However, I think there's actually something here that we should all celebrate. How often do we on this program talk about the 3 M's make you a better citizen and more conservative?
This is a part of the video that I'm sure people are commenting on. This is a part of the video where he goes, it's time to be more conservative, get married, have many children, whatever the third M is going to be, masturbate all day, and then make sure to tell everyone that you no longer have a addiction and now you just really, really hate maternal figures. I don't know how many M's that was. If you turn them all around, that's a W. Let's eat one. And now we're all Jameis Winston.
Which, of course, is mortgage, marriage, and mating.
Mortgages, marriage, and mating make you more conservative is the dumbest thing to say, considering that, let's start backwards. Every single one of the incels that we've covered has been conservative. All of them who are like, I can't have sex, and because of that, I hate women, have been conservative. So they lose points there. Mortgage is wild. Does owning a house just make you hate immigrants? Like, now that I own a house, I can be racist out loud. I don't know what you're getting at, dog. And there is nothing more conservative than saying marriage makes you more conservative than trying to strip away the right to get married from people based on gender, but not age. 2 boys get married? Disgusting. A 40-year-old man and a 14-year-old? Well, she's of childbearing age. Conservatives are wild, dog. There's no way you said this out loud.
Taylor Swift obviously has plenty of mortgages. She's got more homes than I'll ever have. She's incredibly wealthy. But maybe one of the reasons why Taylor Swift has been so just kind of annoyingly liberal over the last couple of years is that she's not yet married and she doesn't have children.
Who cares? Let the woman live. If she doesn't want to get married at all, if she doesn't want to have kids at all, if she wants to have 40 kids and get married next week, what difference does it make? She's an adult who's lived an adult life being unproblematic. And you have an issue with that? Why? Also, Travis on the other side of this is just as old as she is. They're both 35. I just Googled it. I don't know anything about Taylor, all right? All I know about Travis is he was drafted in 2013 out of Cincinnati. But they're both in their mid-30s. Both unmarried, both childless. Have a problem with both of them or shut up?
I say this non-sarcastically. I say this as a husband and a father. Having children changes you. Getting married changes you. And I hope that America's biggest pop star marrying the pharmaceutical spokesperson ends up conservatizing them.
Literally, why? Taylor Swift makes music primarily for younger women. That's a demographic of people Charlie Kirk doesn't like because they don't like him. And you want them to go from regular people to people hiding in their homes afraid with guns bigger than they are just because they're gonna get married now. So far, all of this comes down to why? Why did you make this video?
Taylor Swift might de-radicalize herself. She might come back down to reality. I want them to have lots of children.
She might come back to reality. A reality where maybe she's going to be successful. A reality where she doesn't think she's a billionaire just because she's worth $1 billion. A reality where she understands that a woman's job is not to go out and make their own money, but to serve their husbands. Bro, what? Like, the reality is she's the biggest pop star in the world. In what way does that hurt your feelings? Also, does anyone want to remind him that consuming Taylor Swift's media is optional? She's not the president. She's not knocking at your door asking you to listen to her album. In my 28 years of life, I've only heard 2 of them. And both of those times were of my own volition.
Deep down, I think Taylor Swift actually was raised as a conservative that has gotten kind of caught up in this metropolitan liberal stuff, and she doesn't quite have an attachment to the conservative backbone that she was raised in, but this might reattach her.
It is just so weird to take somebody's engagement news and make it about wanting them to have a bunch of kids and be conservative. I'm sure plenty of other people also got engaged recently. Did you also make videos about them? Or are you just obsessed with one specific person having a bunch of conservative babies? Do you want to watch them be made? Because I feel like that's what we're getting at. Oh, look at me. I'm Charlie Kirk. South Park made fun of me, and I don't know how to come back from that. So I'm going to say that it was all in good fun. He's fantasizing about a woman he knows nothing about being a conservative, having been raised as a conservative and losing yourself and now needing to find your way back. That's just weird.
And I'm not saying this sarcastically. I've seen this happen time and time again. When people start to get married and have children, it starts to change your politics. It starts to clarify your worldview. And for Taylor Swift, who obviously is very popular and incredibly supported.
He is so scared to say a woman might be talented. Taylor Swift is so popular, and so many supporters are behind her. Why are they supporting her, Charlie? Is it because they like her music? Is it because someone out there who isn't a man, so you can't look up to them, is able to do something you're not? Is more popular than you, makes more money than you? What's the problem? It must suck to live in a world where 50% of the population is your natural enemy. At least he has like a natural defense, right? Like either submit to me or I'm going to smile at you.
Might go from a cat lady to a JD Vance supporter. And I think we should celebrate that.
Taylor Swift might go from a cat lady to a couch lady. She might rewrite Love Story and make it Love Seat Story.
I think that Taylor Swift having 2 or 3 children, she should have more children than she has houses. That is my challenge, Taylor Swift. And I'm not being sarcastic. I think that if she ends up having children, she'll stop this kind of liberal endorsing Joe Biden nonsense.
There is so much going on here. Dog, this video came out a week ago. Joe Biden's gone. Whatever Joe Biden's doing, he's not doing in front of you. Joe Biden's not the president. Joe Biden's not running for the presidency in 3-4 years. He's gone. Get over it. You're good. You can move on. You call him Sleepy Joe and then go sleep on the couch with JD Vance.
We want Taylor Swift on Team America. We want you to leave the island of the wokies. And we would welcome you with open arms. One of the reasons why so many people on the right have been just skeptical or at least a little bit negative on Taylor Swift is up until this point, that's not a great role model for young women to wait all the way until you're 35 and just put your career first. We just talked about this with Katie Miller. However, there's a great chance to change that.
She's 35, a billionaire, in love with somebody who loves her back, which I'm going to go ahead and say maybe Charlie Kirk has not experienced. How hard must it be to be one of these people, conservative and so hateful, that seeing other people live your dreams, like marrying Travis Kelce, makes you just sit and seethe with rage? I'm sorry that an NFL player has not asked you to marry him. I am. Maybe, Charlie, you could be more submissive, take your own advice. Or you could try to break up Kirk Cousins' marriage, get him to marry you, and then make him take your last name, so his name is Kirk.
Great chance for Taylor Swift now to get married and have a ton of children. You can certainly afford it, Taylor. And Taylor Swift has been all, through America and the ups and the downs. And if you feel that violent shaking in your home, that is the earthquake of the pop culture. If you hear that high-pitched scream, those are the young ladies on your block screaming. And honestly, Pfizer pays well, baby. I mean, Pfizer pays the bills. That is quite a ring, Mr. Kelce. I'm impressed.
Kirk isn't that dumb, right? He knows Travis Kelce is a pretty well-paid tight end. It is so weird to be this obsessed with somebody else having children. Like, he just keeps mentioning it, and every time he just makes me cringe, dog. I'm only 4 minutes into this video. At some point, he's going to say something like, please name one Charlie. How cute would a Charlie Kirk Swift be, just running around, scratching his little butthole? Like, if I didn't already think Charlie Kirk was a creep, I would. After 30 seconds of this video, let alone 5 minutes. This is so weird. Like, this is the guy in middle school who picked his nose and then touched you and thought it was funny. And when you try to explain to him that it wasn't funny, it was weird and gross, he just didn't get it. Like, this guy just gives me pure, don't wash my hands, don't wash my butthole because it's gay to be back there type of vibes. Like, I genuinely thought this was going to be a video where I'd sit here and just make fun of the man for being weird, but it's getting more and more creepy. It is getting just so strange to have to sit here and listen to the man go, I hope she has so many kids. I hope she has 9, 10, 12 babies. I hope I get to be the one delivering her babies. And maybe while one of them's coming out, I'll make eye contact with Travis and go, ready, set, 180, blue, set, hut. Isn't that funny, Travis? How you like play football? Like, this is just so weird. Also, brother, they just got engaged. Let them get married and enjoy a few of their years together before they decide whether or not they want kids. Like, in every one of these conservative relationships I've seen, it feels like kids are just what we're supposed to do. Also, now we have a reason not to spend time together, not to pay attention to each other, because we have these darn kids running around. So I'm going to waste all my time at work while saying, well, you don't even have a real job. You only work 60 hours a week and take care of my kids. Why isn't there food on the table when I get here? Did Charlie Kirk make a video when Lana Del Rey got engaged? Didn't she get engaged to some like conservative dude? Was he sitting here going, finally, can't wait to see her babies? Or is he just like super creepily obsessed with Taylor Swift specifically?
I got to be honest. We don't know exactly how much Pfizer paid you to peddle that product, but boy, you brought in the Benjamins, sir. That is some impressive carrots right there. That right there has its own zip code. I'm impressed.
It's like he's waiting for somebody to tell him what to say next. He's like, I'm just going to vamp for a second. Whoa, you made so much money. So much money. That ring? Big. So big. Massive. Huge. Hugest. Some would say. What do I say next? Go back to talking about her having kids? Oh, I bet those kids are going to come out pretty big, huh? Yeah, because you're big and strong, Travis. And you're hairy and muscular. I saw those pics. You may be a tight end, but my tight end is all yours. No, it's not clean, but I'm never going to get over the tweet of him being like, I have to scratch my ass multiple times a day, so it's gross to eat with your hands. And then he deleted it because normal people don't have to scratch their buttholes multiple times a day. I'm going to say probably not even once. And what do you do, bro? Just shower from the chest up? There was a story about how they took swabs of people's belly buttons, and in the belly buttons, they found bacteria that's only native to Antarctica. How'd that get there? I don't know, but I know for sure it was Charlie Kirk's belly button. Like, this man has a bunch of dirty crevices. Oh no, don't explore my caves. Haha. Any spelunkers out there, Travis? That's my Charlie Kirk impression.
This is something that I hope will make Taylor Swift more conservative.
Okay, but why? Not your policies, not the things you believe in, not what you're willing to do for the American people, and not a bunch of billionaires. But you wanting her to get married and have 10 kids is what you think is going to make her conservative? I don't know about Taylor Swift. I don't know if she wants to keep making music. I don't know if she wants to keep touring. I have no idea. I know nothing about the woman. But Travis has a good few years left in him. Travis Kelce can probably play until he's like 38 to 40, just the way he plays football. Something that he's really good at is identifying zone coverage, sliding in between zones, catching a ball, and going down. That man does not take a lot of hard hits. Derwin James gave him a spine buster and he said, I'm just going to start going down. Travis Kelce isn't the fastest person on the field, but he's one of the smartest. That man can keep playing football for at least another few years. Who's staying home with the kids? Oh, Charlie. Oh. Does Charlie Kirk want Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift to have babies so that they can keep going to work? And he's like, you know what? I'm just going to babysit them. I'm going to leave that there and move on. Charlie, you weirdo. Charlie, you creep. Charlie Kirk is maybe the creepiest political commentator I've ever seen.
Engage in reality more and get outside of the abstract clouds. Reject feminism. Submit to your husband, Taylor.
Submit to your husband, Taylor, the way I have submitted to our Lord and Savior, Donald J. Trump, for someone whose entire thing is being a Christian conservative who happens to also be Republican. You sure have a lot of Donald Trump merch and not a lot of Jesus happening here. God, there's another. Submit to your husband, Taylor. He's the breadwinner of the house. He's a millionaire, and you're only a billionaire. Maybe he's not going to ask you to submit, and that's okay. Submit for me and for all the other 30-year-old plus men who have nothing better to do than to talk about women and their bodies and how they should just be submissive if they want to be happy.
Submit to your husband, Taylor. You're not in charge. And most importantly, I can't wait to go to a Taylor Kelsey concert.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. If you so badly want something submissive in your life, go and get a dog that's well trained. That's it. It's a Trevor Noah quote that somebody dropped in my comments last time. The way my mother explained it, the traditional man wants a woman to be subservient, but he never falls in love with a subservient woman. He's attracted to independent women. He's like an exotic bird collector, she said. He only wants a woman who is free because his dream is to put her in a cage. I don't understand the obsession of wanting to fall in love with somebody so badly just to change who it is that they are. And I especially don't understand the obsession of wanting it to happen in other people's relationships between people who know nothing about you. Taylor Swift isn't going to wake up one day and go, I saw a Charlie Kirk video and he's right. I should be so submissive. Let's take your private jet instead, Travis, for like a 6-minute flight.
You got to change your name. If not, you don't really mean it. Congratulations, Taylor.
First off, Travis Swift sounds so much better than Taylor Kelsey. Like, she'll be fine. She can change her name if she wants to. She cannot change it if she doesn't want to. Travis can do the same. It doesn't matter. It is just so weird to be this obsessed with someone who is never going to know who you are. Like, I would think differently if this was just oh, Taylor Swift is engaged. Let's talk about it. Or if Taylor had done something really, really bad that you wanted to criticize and you wanted to talk about it. But to sit here and be like, dear God, the white God, the Caucasian God, the one who owned slaves and blessed our heavenly founding fathers, may Travis and Taylor have 10 kids, maybe 11, maybe 12. I can't look up, like physically, I can't look up very high, so it's just my eyes. All right, stop. I wrestled for too long, my neck is broken. Dear Heavenly Father, give them kids so that I may follow all of them individually on social media. Your biggest and baddest, second most couch-loving soldier, Charlie Kirk. And this entire time he's kneeling at one of his 15 framed pictures of Donald Trump. 15 is conservative. That man definitely has way more. The next minute is him just doing an ad read. So I want to say, last week I mentioned that me and a bunch of my friends were doing a fundraiser for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I had a personal goal of $250, and within, I think, 5 hours of me putting that video up, we completely demolished it. So thank you. Thank you to everyone who donated, for everyone who liked the comment, watched the video, whatever part you had in this, thank you. I owe you a bunch of videos with me and Lee. I'll be at her house in less than 3 weeks. And I said at $300, I would shave my face completely. I didn't get a single comment that was like, good. Every comment was like, please don't, or damn, gonna miss the hair. I was not expecting that. So I might make a poll and you guys can decide whether or not I should actually do it. Because I don't want it to be a punishment for me or for you, especially not my girlfriend. So if no one wants me to do it, why would I do it? Anyway, my group of friends is at a little over 5,000 total. You're a big part of that. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It is a great cause, and I'll be there in person to actually do the walk in late September.
Yeah, this kind of plays into our original thesis, which is that if you want young ladies to become more conservative, we should encourage and celebrate marriage. The 3 M's: get a mortgage, get married, and mate.
The 3 M's is just a different way of him telling you to get stuck, right? I'm not saying not to get a mortgage, married, or mate, but you should do so when you're ready or able to, which is what Taylor's doing, right? She's 35 and now she wants to get married. I, again, don't see the problem. Also, mortgages are expensive, dude. Not everyone wants to make a living going, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. So you're wrong. At college students.
I will say the power that Taylor Swift has, she could inspire a lot of young ladies to want to get married. It's going to be very interesting on campus. A lot of these Swifties who hate me are always like, Charlie, stop talking about marriage all the time. Well, your queen is getting married.
At 35, you're talking to a bunch of 18, 19-year-olds. I'm sure they also want to be settling down by the time they're 35. Let them live as young people doing whatever it is young people want to do. Whitney Cummings is a comedian. She makes a joke about how now that she has a kid, she's willing to make hats out of the coyotes in her backyard instead of just like living with them. Yeah, protect your kid. Wow, haha, so conservative. Liberals famously do not want to protect their children from wild animals.
First of all, she's very funny, and that is unique. I don't find most female comedians funny.
Surprising, I know. Charlie Kirk, woman lover, woman respecter, someone who doesn't feel attacked by the opposite sex just because they exist. Doesn't find most female comedians funny. Damn, who saw that coming? Gabby Bell did a video on Jim Brewer, whose like entire stand-up special was COVID and then like a sound effect type of comedy, like old white man comedy. And I bet Charlie Kirk loves that. I bet Charlie was like, this guy's a genius. Wearing a mask. Who am I, an ICE agent?
Nothing. Sex is just, I don't. And so usually they're so crass that's quite funny. And it goes towards a more fundamental truth, which is,
I guess for someone who probably can't hear the word vagina without cringing and wondering what it might look like in person, you probably don't want women to talk about their sex lives. I guess I understand. He moves on to spew a bunch of nonsense about how parents are going to save everything, and then talks about how not having children doesn't necessarily make you a bad person, but he believes that we should all have more children, which I personally don't want any kids at all. I'm good. I don't discourage people from having children if that's what they want. I just hope that you're good parents to your kids. You're not running around going, now that I have kids, women should submit to me.
when you have children, you think of everything differently. You go out less.
I just had a random flashback of a woman walking into where I worked a few years ago, many years ago at this point, asking me if I had kids. She was drunk, by the way. She was an older lady. She was an older woman who was drunk. Asking me if I had kids. I said, no, I don't want kids. Yelling at me about not wanting kids and about how having a kid changed her life and about how the most important thing to her is being a mother. Go hang out with your kid. What are you doing in the middle of the night? I don't remember what time it was. It was later in the day. Yelling at me. Shouldn't you be home with your child? Being a parent doesn't make you a good person. Being a parent doesn't necessarily make you change your behavior. There are plenty of people this is going to apply to, and there are plenty of people it's not going to apply to.
You don't drink alcohol. You watch movies differently. You don't view marijuana the same way.
This is way too specific. I've never had alcohol. I've never smoked anything. I don't watch movies. I watch like 2 movies a year. Is this about you? Just say after I became a parent, I drank less, I smoked less, whatever. Just say it. Stop making it like a world thing. Don't pretend that like just because something applies to you, it's going to apply to everyone else. I'm Charlie Kirk, and being a parent made me go to work more. Hate being home. Some people want to hang out with their spouses and their kids.
There are no children. There is no tomorrow. You view food differently. You view doctor's visit differently. It changes your entire perspective, and it happens more and more so over time once you are a parent.
It sounds like he needed to have a kid to develop empathy, or the idea of,
You start to think of, oh, my kid would like that, or I don't want my kid to see that, or I don't want my kid to walk down that street, or I don't want my kid to have to be hassled by a homeless person. I find that it is those without children and not married that tend to not care about the stuff that we as conservatives care about. They don't care about littering. They don't care about crime as much. They don't care about homeless people because it's just themselves in their own little world.
it just feels so conservative to make up problems that don't exist. Like Charlie Kirk probably lives in a gated neighborhood. When I lived in downtown San Diego, I walked a lot of places, and on every street, there was somebody unhoused, in a tent, or just in a corner. It happens. Life is hard, and sometimes some people get unlucky. I have been harassed in public, at work, by more conservatives than I have by unhoused people. Very rarely has somebody on the side of the street living in a tent done more to me than simply ask for a couple of dollars. Congratulations, you are afraid of the outside world, so much so that you don't know anything about it.
Because it makes us, you and me, and Taylor Swift and Whitney Cummings more decent. And again, Taylor Swift, if she has 4, 5, 6 children, be amazing. That will be a conservatizing event, no doubt. And there are some exceptions. There are some celebs that stay libs and they trans their kids and they do all that stuff. Okay.
The way this man went from Taylor Swift is engaged to there are some celebrities who trans their kids, like, is that it? Is that just the entire conservative movement, is being obsessed with people that have nothing to do with you? Being obsessed with less than 1% of the population being trans? Being obsessed with women, specifically women who will never even look at you or know your name? This entire video was supposed to be about Taylor Swift being engaged, and you barely mentioned the person she's engaged to and didn't criticize him at all. And you somehow turned it to Taylor Swift should have kids, so many kids, that she conservatizes herself and doesn't turn one of them trans.
If Taylor Swift all of a sudden has a moment when her teachers try and change the pronouns of her kids, that's probably a conservatizing event.
That just doesn't happen. Like, you're just making stuff up to be mad about. Why? You don't have like real things to be mad about, dude? Or you don't have like a life to enjoy? If I was so bored that I had to make up problems just to be at work, go home. Go spend time with your kids. Go spend time with your wife. Go spend time with your kids. Go make more kids if that's what you really want. I would rather spend time with my girlfriend than do anything else. And if I had the money that Charlie Kirk has, I'd be doing that. I would be spending all day, every day with her. I wouldn't be sitting in a studio just angry at a world that has nothing to do with me.
I think Taylor Swift's got to go full Mormon. I think 6 kids minimum. I mean, think about what a conservative Taylor Swift would be for the country. It'd be an amazing thing. And overall, I think this is wonderful. I hope they have a lot of happiness, and I hope they have a lot of joy and a lot of children. And I hope the women of America will have less cats and more children. Your queen is getting married, and so should you.
That was an 11-minute and 50-second video where somehow, Charlie Kirk said, Taylor Swift is getting married. I hope I get to see her have 12 kids. I hope she becomes a conservative. Also, the libs are transing your kids. Like the man really just opened his mouth to say nothing. Congrats, dude. You decided to speak about something that has nothing to do with you. And it went so well that your own comment section is calling you a creep. And it's because you're a creep. You're a weirdo with the creepiest smile I think I've ever seen. Lucky enough to never have to realize that. How you tricked a woman into marrying you, I will never understand. But congrats. Despite your lack of a personality or any real intelligence, you've developed a following. A following of young men who will one day grow up to also hate women. Most of them will be alone. Won't be your fault, will it? But I'm dropping that there. That was so stupid. That was just dumb, dude. I've been scrolling down the comment section for a while, and I don't have a single person here who agrees with him. Like, I'm stuck on a comment that says, and they say men don't gossip. No, men gossip. Men love it. Men love the drama. All right? Sometimes it's backed by sports. Sometimes it's not. Men love the drama. I love the drama. Stop it. Charlie Kirk is a creep, and I do not see any way, on whatever side of things you're on, whether or not you even like the guy, to defend this video. It's just weird. The man wasted half a day of his life talking about how a woman is getting married too late because she's 35 and now she just needs to work on having kids, while not mentioning at all that her future husband is a few months older than her. They're the same age. Whatever. I'm dropping that there. Thank you all for spending time with me. This is my favorite thing to do. You're my favorite people to do it with. Toast is on the floor next to her fan if you want to say anything, and I will let you go there. If you made it this far, do me a favor, like the video. All right, get out of here. Do or don't have kids. That has nothing to do with me. Go.